Hello everybody and welcome to Learning at Home with Mrs. V. So today we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Well, we did this in the spring last year via video, and so this should just be a reminder to you what to do when you're multiplying a fraction times a mixed number. Now when we're talking the fractions right now, all of the fractions that I have up here are proper fractions. So I'm going to have to, I have that all set up. So the proper fractions are right here, but then I have the mixed number. Now what I'm going to have to do with this is I'm going to have to change this and make this an improper fraction before I can multiply it. So how do we do that? Well, we can do that by multiplying and then adding. So kind of going around in a C. All right. So what we're going to do is we need to change 2 2/3 and make this an improper fraction so it can be multiplied. All right, so 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So I've got 8/3 times 6/12. All right, so I've changed this mixed number right now. Now, when I'm finished, when I have my product, I'm going to have an improper fraction again. And what I'm going to have to do is change that back to a mixed number to display my answer then. Okay, so then all I do is multiply across. So 8 times 6 is 48. 3 times 12 is 36. So now I have my improper fraction. So I know that there's 36/36 in here. So I know that I have one whole. So I can take out 36/36 and that equals 1. And when I look at this, when I take 36 of those out, I need to find out how many 36ths do I have left. Well, when I take that out, then I'm left with 12 36ths. Now, I take a look at that, and I know right away that that can be reduced. I can tell they're both even. I could divide 2, but I see that they also both have a factor of 3. So I'm going to go ahead with that larger factor since I see it, and I end up with 1 4/12. Well, again, I notice that I can divide this, or I can factor this down more. Divide this by 4. I get 1 1/3. Okay, now if I back up here, I could have done 12. And I didn't see that to begin with. Well, if you do that and you don't see that you can divide it by, there's a greater common factor between them, then you just keep whittling it down until there's nothing more you can do. So 1 1/3 would be the answer. Sorry, I kind of ran into that bolt there, so moved it over. All right, so remember, you use the C method right here. You multiply and then add in order to change the mixed number into an improper fraction, multiply, and then change it back to a mixed number. All right, so let's use that same strategy here. So we're going to go around like this, and we have 12 times 3. Oh, I should read this to you first. 3 8/12 times 1/3. So I'm going to go ahead and do 12 times 3, which is 36. 36 plus 8 is 44. So I have 44/12 times 1/3. Then I'm going to go ahead and multiply 44 times 1, which is 44. 12 times 3, which is 36. Excuse me. So again, I have an improper fraction. So I need to change that and make that into a mixed number. So I know that I can take 36/36 out, and that equals 1. So then what am I left with? So how many 36ths am I left with? Well, I'm left with 8/36. And when I take a look at that, I know they're both even, so I know it can be reduced. I'm going to go ahead and when I look at that, I can do 2, but I'm thinking about their factors, and I know that they also both have factors of 4. So I'm going to divide the top and bottom by 4, and I get 8 divided by 4, which is 2, 36 divided by 4, which is 9. So I have 1 2/9, and that cannot be reduced any further. That's reduced in lowest terms. All right, so now I have 3 4/12 times 9/12. Well, again, I'm going to do the multiply and add. I'm going to go around this way. I've got 12 times 3, which is 36. 36 plus 4, which is 40/12, times 9/12, which gives me 360. I'm going to erase this because this is in my way. All right. 360 over 144. Wow. Okay, that's really big. So I know I can get 144 144ths out, which gives me 1. Now, I know that if I add another, if I have another 144 144ths, that leaves me, that's 280 that I've taken out of here. So then if I subtract 360 minus 288, then that will give me what I have left over. So I've got 5, there's 2, that's 72. So now I have 2, because here's one whole, here's another whole. So I've got 2 whole and 72 over 144. Wow. Now, I take a look at that, and I know they're both divisible by 2. I want to see, are they both divisible by 3? If I add up their digits, and I can divide that by 3 and get a number with no remainder, then I know they're divisible by 3. Well, 7 plus 2 is 9. I can do 9 divided by 3 and get 3. All right, so then I can do 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. Again, 9. So they're both divisible by 3. So now I've got to figure out 72 divided by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down my 2. Then I have to find something times 3 is 12. I've got 4. Okay, so there's 24. So I've got 24 over, and now I've got to figure out 3 divided by 144. 5 goes too far. 5 times 3 is 15. So I have to go to 4, which 4 times 3 is 12. 2, bring down my 4. And then something times 3, that's 8, is 24. All right, so I've got 48. Well, I can still divide. Let's see. 48, 12. They both can be divided by 12. All right. So again, I did the same thing I did up here. I didn't reduce it far enough. So now I've got to do. Now I've got 2. I've got 24 divided by 12, which I know is 2. And then 48 divided by 12 is 4. I still didn't divide it down enough because these are both even, so they can both be divided by 2. So it's 2 1/2. All right. So I just have to keep going until I cannot reduce it any further. And now see here, I should have started with 12, and I didn't think about it. I should know that 72 is divisible by 12. It just didn't dawn on me, and I was thinking really fast. So that's okay. If that happens, just keep reducing it until it's in its simplest form. All right? So I hope you're understanding how to change the mixed number into an improper fraction, and then you can use that to multiply. Once you've multiplied and you've got your improper fraction, then you need to change that back to a mixed number and reduce it if you need to. Reduce it to its lowest terms. Okay? If you have any questions, you can email me. I want you to keep thinking, stay curious, always keep learning, and I'll see you next time.